nice to use all of the blues that I've got in my Kuretake range and create a painting, and it's a bit like a sampler, so I'm having a look at the blues, how they interact with each other and whether I like them or not. So it's just a fun way to try out your colours for future reference. So the colours I'm going to use today are Prussian Blue and the Cobalt Blue. I've got Cerillion, I've got Indigo, I've also got Ultramarine, I've got the Turquoise Blue, and I've got Blue Grey Deep. So really big selection of blues here. And I thought it'd be nice to firstly do a cream underneath. So I've got this rose beige, and I'm going to do that as the background. I might add some contrasting colours, so I might go for maybe something like this, a beige grey or something. Might add that in and see how that performs with these colours. So these are neutral, these are all my blues, and we're just going to test out this sampler. So I've got my cold press watercolour paper all taped down nicely, and we're going to do it in portrait. I thought that'd be quite nice to do a portrait. I'm always doing landscapes, so I thought let's do a portrait painting today. And I might add some embellishments after we've started. So maybe add a bit of gold, white, a bit of black, just to enhance those colours and bring them out. Okay, so let's get started. Right, this is all dry now, and I'm now going to go in and use some of the blues. So I've got Cobalt Blue here, getting some colour onto my paint brush. I'm just going to do some little oval kind of shapes. So I know I've used that one, so I'm bringing it down to one side. Prussian Blue we've got here now, and again I'm just going to make sort of like a semicircle shape, a bit like a leaf. So just doing that there. I'm going to put that to one side. I know I've used that one. This one is Cerillion Blue. Again, I've got my paintbrush, exactly the same process. I'll put the Cerillion Blue here. Looks very much like that colour, doesn't it? What colour does that again? Cobalt Blue. So very close indeed. So just adding that leaf shape there. Going further down, we've got Indigo, which is going to be a darker colour, I would imagine, and I'm going to do another shape here. So just pulling that brush around and just meeting there at the edge. We've got the Ultramarine, the classic colour that most people use in paintings, usually sky, and that's a lovely universal colour. So we've got that colour there. I've got the Turquoise Blue, very good for your seas, and I'm going to put that there. And again, surprisingly, it's very much like this blue here, the Cerillion Blue that we put down there. Okay, Blue Grey Deep. Let's try this. Now this is going to be the darker of the blues. So again, adding that to the page and getting that paint down. So I'm going to come further down the page, and this I'm going to go up and use these colours. So using the Blue Grey Deep, adding that like that, coming up to the turquoise. I'm going to put that over here just because I know that we've used it there and I want to lighten this area. Put that there like that. Ultramarine. Again, I'm going to use it here because I know we've used it there. Lovely. Then we're going into indigo. I'll bring that indigo here. Lovely dark colour again. I love these dark colours. I think they're really, really nice. I mean, they look really good when you add gold, silver, any colour, you know, a bit of glitz if you want a bit of metallic colour. Cerillion Blue we've got here. Adding that pop of lovely colour there. We've got the Prussian Blue. Again, a really nice colour for sea. It's just got that lovely dark, rich colour to it with that lovely blue. And moving up, we've got the cobalt blue. I think I'll do cobalt here. Okay, so we're all lovely and dry, and I thought I'd introduce a grey. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll soon see. And I am just going to layer over some of these marks. So I think the grey would look rather nice against this dark colour. So I'm just going to bring that inside there. Okay, and where else do I think? Maybe down here. Maybe this one here. And maybe try a lighter colour for that to go against. So let's try this, maybe Cerillion Blue here. Okay, and maybe do some of the outsides so they can overlay a little bit. Decisions, what shall I do? I think I'll do here. And where else could I do? I think I will do the outside here. Oops, that's lifted up a bit. Just stick that down again. Right, okay. So now we've got this colour, we've got the beige grey. Give that one a go. And again, I think I'll do an outside colour there. So this is just a little bit of fun, just playing around with colours and just seeing what happens really. Not worrying about the outcome, enjoying my time, just messing about with paint. And I do like messing about with paint because you're lost in that moment. And I'm now thinking, which one shall I do next? Decisions. Very difficult. I think I'll do this one. Okay. Bring that round. You can see where it's overlaid. It's sort of creating a sort of third colour there, which is great. And then we'll do another one that is inside. I think I'll do this lovely dark colour here. It's either blue, grey deep or a Prussian blue or something like that. I don't think it's Prussian, maybe indigo. Okay, and then I thought we'd go and use the blues again. So I'm going to start at the top this time. I'm going to go and put this one inside. Okay. And then do a one that's outside, so let's do that. And then another one that's inside, so I will come over here and put that in there. Okay, so we've used the cobalt blue. We are now going to the Prussian blue, getting some Prussian blue on there, and I'm going to go inside here. And I want to do an outside one, but I want it to have dried. I don't really want to have the colours merging into each other. So I think I'll do this one here. And I'll do the inside of this one here. Okay, so I've done that. We're now onto Cerillion Blue. So I'll do the inside here because I think some of these are wet on the outside. And like I said before, I don't want the colours to merge. I want them to be nice and separate and stay true to themselves. Where else? Oh, it's hard to know what's wet and what's not now. Do the inside of this one. And I think what I'm going to do now, there's two there that haven't had inside colour. So if I do that with the next colour, Indigo, there's actually three, isn't there? So I'll do Indigo here, Indigo here, and then I'll move on to the next colour, Ultramarine, and do the inside here. And then I'm going to let it dry, because I think I'm going to get confused what's wet, what's not, and it's not going to turn out how I'm sort of imagining the direction we're going in now. Okay, so I'm going to let it dry. Okay, so that layer has now dried, and we're going back to the process that we were doing before. So I'm starting at the bottom this time, got blue grey deep, grabbing some colour onto my paintbrush, and then I am going to add some colour. So I think I'm going to add a lovely dark band here, bring that round, grab this colour, bringing it round over the top of those. There. I'm going to add a band of this colour here and bring some down into the lighter ones. So now I'm just going to identify, some are obviously light, some are dark, and sort of get them, you know, the light ones to have a bit of dark and the dark ones to have a bit of light to them. So it's just about making those decisions. Do you go on the outside? Do you go on the inside? What's going to look best? So here I'm going on the outside here, bringing that band of colour round. Oops, that sort of flicked there. I think that's all right. Change over. Turquoise blue we're on now. Okay, where are we going to go with the turquoise? Let's try, I don't know. Decisions. Okay, turquoise. Where can I put the turquoise? I think I'm going to put the turquoise inside here. Nice turquoise blue there. I want to get some on the outside of one of these, so bring that round there and round there. That's good, I like that. Bit more turquoise, I think, up here. I think we'll go on the outside here. Now, can't remember. Is this one still wet? Let's see. Bring it round. Bring it round. Over the top. No, that was good. That wasn't still wet. I've sort of forgotten what was what. And then I'm going to bring some here. I'm going to move to the next colour. We've got ultramarine. Bit of ultramarine, I think, here. Inside there. Bring it round there. Let's have a look at what's wet. I'm just bringing it up to the light so I can see what is wet, what is not, what can I do. And I think I can most probably do some ultramarine. maybe on this one. So bring that round, bring it around there. Being very, very careful that she's so unlike me. Trying to get these buns of colours. Right, let's do some inside colours. Be a bit here. Be a bit there. It's okay to go over the colour that you've already done. So don't be fearful of that. What we don't want is them to start mixing together. Now you watch, I've said that now, and I'm going to have one that mixes. But we'll see. See how we get on. And anywhere else for that ultramarine blue. Maybe just a little bit here. Okay, moving on. Darker colour. I've got the indigo. Very strong colour, indigo. So I'll do the inside there. I think I will just have a look at what's wet, what's not. I think I'll do some indigo. I think I'm going to do some on the outside here. Let's have a look. Bring that round. Bring it up there. Any others for indigo? This one here. This one here. Bit of indigo here. And I think this one would look quite good with indigo all the way around. Bringing that round over all of those there. Okay, I think that's all right. So I think we've got enough indigo there. Cerillion Blue. Move on to a lighter colour. Okay, Cerillion Blue. Where can I put this? And I think we will go on the outside of this one here. Bring it round and there. On the inside of this one. There's a bit of cerulean here. And a little bit here. So you can vary, you know, the thickness of your brush by either changing your brush or the pressure that you use on your brush. So I've got the same brush, just being a lot lighter with the pressure, with the application. Okay, enough of that one. Prussian Blue, dark colour. Have a look what's wet, what's not. A bit of Prussian Blue here. And I think I'm going to let that dry now. It's all nice and dry. We're going to go on to mark making. Got Uniball pens, Posca pens, whatever you think is appropriate. I'm just going to have a look at some of these patterns, some of these marks that we've made, and I just want to add some lovely patterns to them. So anything that pops into your mind, just put it on the page. Don't be scared. It's just so easy to do, and just go with the flow. So lines, dots, circles, triangle shapes, anything that pops into your head and you think that might look nice on your page. I think it's best to just get it down and then see whether you like it once you've got it down. So I'm just going to go round and round here a few times. 3s are always good. Add some little marks, some little dots. This Uniball pen offers a finer mark than the Posca pens. You might want it more bold than what I'm putting down. Or you might want to get a finer mark like I've got here. Thanks for taking the time and watching the video to this point. This is a long video and I just thought that I would give it a try. So the first part of the video was a real time and it was me talking over as I was painting. This bit is a little bit sped up and I'm doing a voice over, and then later on in the video we'll have some close-up shots of the artwork, and again it will be me talking over that artwork. Now I would really value your opinion on these video and the different sections, and what kind of videos do you prefer? Do you prefer a long video, a sort of paint along video, or do you like things sped up so that you get to the point a lot quicker? Please let me know in the comments. I really would value your feedback on this matter. So I've got these lovely squeegee bottles here and I'm just going to add some detail over the top, gently squeezing out the acrylic paint that's in them and just making some more details here and there. These lovely little bottles are so fun to use. I love using them. They add some real nice detail to your page. So I'm just going around, adding some lines, adding some dots, just whatever I feel, wherever. Just having a little bit of playtime really on the page and just accentuating those shapes that I've already painted. So this is so easy to do and I hope you get to try. It's a really nice little painting, I think. I've really enjoyed doing this, adding these dots here, and then I'm going to do a close-up so you can see the acrylic paint actually coming out of the bottles there. So just adding these dots, I think you can see that it's sort of a raised profile there, and I'm just dragging that paint round and adding some dots. I do wish that the profile would stay raised, as you can see it here, because it just looks so lovely and it just adds a little bit of dimension, but unfortunately when it dries it sort of flattens onto the page. So I might look at how I could sort of make this paint sort of stick up. I don't know whether I'd be able to do that, but I need to just do some research because I really like a sort of 3D profile to the picture. Just makes it a little bit tactile. You almost want to touch it when it looks like this, but obviously you can't because it's still wet. So I've got some acrylic ink here and I'm just putting some gold little marks going up the page, sort of as though they're sort of floating up to the top. And then you're going to need to let that dry, and then I wanted to make them pop a little bit, so I've got a blue gel pen here and I'm just going to outline those edges, and that just sort of accentuates that goldness. It sort of makes it pop off the page. Continuing until I've done each and every one of those little gold marks. So it takes a little bit of time, and I just turn my board just to accommodate so that my hand isn't aching as I'm trying to get around that page. And then I decided I'd like to do a border, so I've got a gold pen here, sort of a felt tip pen, and I'm outlining that page, so pressing against the tape and just bringing it down there. And then I'm heating up the tape. I've heated it all up with a hairdryer, and I'm just going to pull that up so you can see the lovely detail there. So I decided that I wanted to add some detail to the border, and I have done this previously and I really like the outcome. It was when I'd made a mistake on one of my pictures and the paint had seeped through underneath and I didn't really know what to do. I'd added this as a border, so I thought, well, I quite like that, so I think I would add that as well. So I'm just going to bring this up to the camera so you can see the lovely detail, and I love the way it glistens in the light, all of that lovely gold, and I really love the white and the black details on those. So I think at a later date I might repurpose this art and make it into something else, so watch out for that video. That will come out soon, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, and see you soon. Bye.